One thing I've kind of pride myself with my YouTube channel and my videos is the difference between what I do, because there's a lot of podcasters out there. So it's basically like the difference between what I do and what everybody else does, and then finding that actual line. What I do like movie reactions, but I don't just do movie reaction. I do like review them and I grade them too. And I think there's a whole bunch of movie reactions on the internet, but people see that I actually review them and grade them. It's something that's actually different. So the question I want to ask you guys, what do you feel makes your podcast different from just every other podcast out there?
Yeah, that's a good question, because obviously it's a very saturated market, and with anything that's saturated, you have to figure out a way to differentiate yourself and show that you're unique and have something different to offer. So I watched different podcasts and things like that, and I looked at what everybody was doing and who had what going on, and a lot of things I noticed, and even in like big podcasters like Joe Rogan, in my opinion, his setup was not a good setup for as much money that he was making doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like bro, you make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, most likely. Like you can afford to have, like, if I had that budget, I would have red cameras, I would have swiveling like cameras, like during the interview I would have like the utmost supreme audio, like everything would be pristine, you know what I'm saying? So quality was lacking, so I was like, okay, how can I bring quality and make it look and sound professional? So I did a lot of research on videography, I did a lot of research on different types of cameras, just so I can make sure that I can offer that quality. I like the multiple angles. I feel like everybody should have their own angle, then have like an angle of the whole room. So I have 3 angles when I do my podcast. That way it switches between them. So I have to do all that in the editing too. But I do video editing as well, so I know how to do all that stuff. It was just a matter of figuring out the video portion and then the audio portion to find the best middle ground to get, and I'm not saying I have the best quality audio or video, but I wanted to make sure that if I was going to do it in an oversaturated market, it looks good, it sounds good, and it's going to make sure that people are like, oh, he's like serious about this. You know what I'm saying? He's putting in the money, he's putting the time and the research to make sure that, he can present a nice, neat, well put together project. So that's really what I think I did different was the aesthetic, and just making sure that for a smaller podcast it looked like a big podcast, if that makes sense.